Good morning. Today we're going to talk about the AASL Standards Framework for Learners underneath the Create and Curate categories. We're going to talk about how learners gather information appropriate to the task by seeking a variety of sources. For information literacy skills, today we're going to talk about researching the efficacy of makerspaces in high school libraries. We're going to talk about a myriad of sources such as blogs, infographics, online articles, professional articles, websites, open education databases, research articles, and several blog entries. I particularly like blog entries because these men and women have spent lots of time and effort combining sources from all over the internet that we can use for our research purposes. The question that we're going to focus on today is, do makerspaces have a place in the high school library? I think by the time we talk about all of our sources, we will definitely be able to say yes, with lots of proof for that. The first source that we're going to talk about today is a blog, Makerspaces, the benefits from the Curiosity Commons of Library and Learning blog, discusses the ways that makerspaces are great to learn today's modern libraries. This site can be used as a reference in arguing the pros of using makerspaces in school libraries. The author has thoroughly researched other sites and materials, formatted and included these in her blog. The next site is also a blog entitled Trends in STEM from the National Inventors Hall of Fame website. Listed as a trend in STEM, the author explains how makerspaces provide innovative opportunities for learning a wide range of 21st century skills. The site also includes many resources for further research on this very topic. If you go to the bottom, you'll notice that there are also related articles on this very same idea. Next, we're going to go to an infographic by the Neuroscience of Making by Con McQuinn in the School Library Journal in 2018. This features a neurological argument for makerspaces and hands-on learning. McQuinn offers 6 reasons why students should be using hands-on learning during makerspaces, such as experimentation and unstructured play, because they develop executive function skills. Moving on, we're going to a librarian's guide to makerspaces. 16 resources from the Open Education Database, which includes 16 unique articles and blog posts on makerspaces. You can use each of these links to further research the efficacy of makerspaces, as well as find makerspace ideas for school libraries. This really supplements our idea of finding multiple source types for when we're doing research. Next, we're going to move on to a professional article in John Burke's professional article titled Making Sense: Can Makerspaces Work in Academic Libraries? Burke details the benefits of incorporating makerspaces into academic libraries at the college level. Some of the ideas he offers include using computer workstations, 3D printers, photo editing software, and scanning software. The benefit of this article to discussing whether makerspaces have a place in high school libraries is that if we teach students the base ideas on how to use a makerspace, they will be a lot more effective once they reach the college level. The next site that we're going to look at is a online article from EdTech. Steve Zurier writes about how to implement library makerspaces in STEM programs in public school libraries. Through interviews with Laura Fleming, a library media specialist at New Milford, he lists 5 essential ideas to foster creativity and expand on STEM curriculum. This is another opportunity in which a library professional has an opportunity to share ideas and things that have worked successfully in her library. Using the website tinkerlab.com, students will read an article in the Makerspace series on how to set up a library makerspace with K-Shell Library Learning Commons at K-Shell Elementary School. Library and Information Specialist Shannon Hyman explains her library setup, the student-led makerspace stations, and past ideas they have used for STEM and STEAM makerspaces. She lists the following as indispensable items to the elementary makerspace stations: duct tape, origami paper, building materials, kinetic sand, and tinkering tools. The idea behind adding this resource to why makerspaces are positive and effective at the high school library is showing that no matter what level of funding you have and what resources you have available to you, makerspaces are effective learning environments for all ages. Next, on the DIMCO website, there is a blog called Ideas and Inspiration, and a blog written by Heath Lister titled Create an Amazing Low-Tech Library Makerspace with These Easy Ideas. Lister focuses on one of the most common reasons why librarians think they cannot have a makerspace: the lack of funds. She offers suggestions to this common problem, such as lists of low-cost, non-technology related supplies that students can use to create. Most of these items can be found at dollar stores or can come from a donation drive for the library. In an online article, School Library Makerspaces, the Bold, the Brave, and the Uninitiated, Michelle Davis writes about some of the pioneers of library makerspaces and how there is no right or wrong way to go about starting a makerspace program. She also challenges the idea that libraries are stoic, quiet places just meant for reading. She says that libraries are the perfect place for students to experiment, try, possibly fail, and try again. She suggests that librarians find a mentor who is experienced in the use of makerspaces to ask advice or tips. However, she says that is not required. It is also great for librarians to experiment, possibly fail, and to try again. Another website on the DIMCO site. Another blog post on the DIMCO site titled 5 Reasons Makerspaces Belong in School Libraries. Diana Rendina reports why makerspace labs are important and necessary in today's school libraries. She discusses the similarities and differences between library makerspaces and STEM labs, detailing that the library is for everyone, not just those interested in science and math. She also explains that there is merit in educational play and that it is not just goofing off. Lastly, she states that the library is ever-changing and evolving, and makerspaces are the most recent activity to help move our modern libraries forward. Lastly, in an online article, in a research article found in a special issue of School Library Research and Educational Resources, author Heather Moorfield Lang discusses the student perspective of makerspaces in the high school setting. In her study, she finds that librarians obtained a better understanding of student perceptions when given a voice regarding planning and implementing the makerspaces in the high school library. Of the 13 students interviewed, 10 were seniors and had been participating in makerspaces all 4 years in high school, and they had only positive experiences to report on. This is a perfect example of how using research articles found on online databases supplement and support the research when using a myriad of sources. Today we have discussed several different variety of sources when researching a topic. Today's topic was, do makerspaces have a place in the high school library? I hope that after we've discussed these various sources, you have been able to come to the conclusion that high schools are definitely the place to continue with makerspaces. Thank you.